Welcome to the Positively Star Wars Senate podcast. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. May the Force be with you.
Looky, Senator. He's a Jedi arriving.
Let's make this our best show ever.
I will sign no treaty, Senator.
I am the Senate.
This is the way.
Right away, but
I wanted to talk about limited and all that stuff. You guys do with the tournament stuff.
yeah, there's so
We need a special Senate session that's just
We
a
do.
limited chatter
We need to
because
plan.
I can ask a million questions, Ryan can talk a million things, or Ricky's got plenty to go, and no one else cares.
It'd be good to like do an
just make it
instructional podcast so people that are first starting out, like, okay, this is what you need, this is how it goes, and these are the different play methods. Yeah, it'd be good to do that. Put it all
and
in
if
one show.
you guys saw what I tagged you in just in the group discussion, but I have like 300 cards of bulk, man, like because I save 4 of every card.
Yeah.
Because I save 3 for the deck and 1 for trade, and then I alter out any alternate art and stuff like that. So I save 4, but I still have. I'm telling you, man, I have 300
lot.
cards of bulk. Yeah. So if you guys need cards,
So
let
I
me
finally
know.
started trying to organize my cards, and have realized, wow, I got a lot of I got a lot of common dupes of the bulky types or whatever. It's just like, oh, all right, I need to figure out how to organize or how to deal these. I ended up going alphabetical within each aspect or whatever. So the red one, and just put them all in alphabetical order so I can find them easy and quick, because I can't see that little tiny.
I don't even have enough to make like a different type of deck. Like you
And
just
that's
have
the
like
thing. I could send you a bunch, Ricky, and it's like you guys might be able to build some. They just be bulk. I have them separated by color. But it's
The
like,
other thing I'm finding as a noob that just frustrates me, it's just I've been building my deck out of sheer fun and with what I've bought, to find out that there's these guys that go out and buy a net deck.
yeah.
Which was, they just went to the net and found this deck list
whole thing.
that
meta
says,
decks
and it's like, well, ew, really? That's fun. Everybody has their own whatever, and has their way in the fun and want the gameplay so that they can win and all that. It's just like, well, yeah, I'm having fun with the organic nature of coming into this as a complete gaming noob, a card gaming noob or whatever. I'm just going to organically get what I get, build what I build, see how this, and just have fun with it that way, because that kind of aspect to it, I guess the internet and Magic and what has come before it, but the internet's kind of ruined that aspect to some extent of just sort of things being built organically over just collecting cards and seeing what works for you, because the internet exists. So you have net decks, and you have
with Pokemon, if you go to a tournament, everyone's playing the same freaking deck that they found online that somebody played at some world.
Yeah, it's supposed to
tournament,
win.
Everybody was playing a Boba deck, and I'm just like, I guess
that's where draft should be a bit more funner, challenging, or in terms of your skill as a player, because you have to try to make do with what you drafted.
So when you do draft, I thought it was just only like everyone's like just getting new cards. You actually play after that?
Yeah, you build a deck.
Oh,
Like,
I
we
thought it was
build a
just like
deck.
you go in a circle and everybody picks out what cards they want, and then you're done. Okay.
No. You play a 30 card deck. It is difficult to build. It's pure luck.
Yeah.
Because someone else wants to play a red
How do
Sabine,
you get?
they're taking the card.
I found I just started when I was doing that. I'm just like, I just needed the aspects to work, because if I picked something that was off aspect, it was going to cost 2 extra, and it was already a 3 or something, so that was going to be a 5. It was just, you couldn't play it. So it was like, well, I need to find, and I was misled by the guys that knew what they were doing, because they're like, well, when do we pick our base? And he's like, oh, well, you can pick whatever. It's like, oh, I thought we were going to, so I was like making sure I had aspects for the 2 bases that I was going for in case one of them wasn't available. And they made it out like even if the base you wanted is not there, you can say that you have that color base. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we're not drafting the bases, laying them all out there to figure, because I was looking to make sure there was plenty of, I don't remember what I needed, but that they were all out. One guy put them all in a pile. I'm like, well, hold on. If we're picking bases, I spread them back out. I'm sure I messed him up or messed up his ADD or whatever, because I'm spreading them all back out going, I need to see what bases are here so I know what to be picking, kind of thing. Yeah. was a little weird in that sense of being the noob, but I still had, still having fun with it. But yeah, there's a weird aspect to that gaming community, right? They're just buying these net decks and buying. This one guy can talk and talk and talk. It's amazing. He knows it, but he's like, yeah, if you have a Boba Fett deck against a hand deck, by the time you get to round 5, Boba can come out and he can do X and Y and Z, but Han needs round 6 before he can do anything. So it's just like, oh my God, he's got the gameplay. There's 2 guys that are really, really good at it, that they have the gameplay so much in their head already. And I'm like, what card did you play? What's it do? Oh, that's cool. Wow. I didn't know it. They already know that it's overwhelming, whatever the heck it does and all the cool things it does. And I'm reading up on them. Well, I'm like, that card, that's kind of cool. I got nothing against that. But, they've been playing a lot or understand the gaming aspect of it a lot, that they understand, they know that stuff, so that if they play in big tournaments or any of that thing, they're playing.
Especially they play for those money tournaments.
Yeah, there's money tournaments, and those money tournaments have time constraints on it, and they used another term that was basically like a deck foul, card state or deck state foul or something like that. That if you're not, I was like, well, gee, okay, I would definitely be messing that up all the time, because I'm constantly trying. I did learn one thing at the end of a phase or whatever, that we were resetting all of our cards and then drawing 2, and you're supposed to actually draw 2 to reset. You draw your 2 cards, you get your affairs in order, and then you go reset everything to let the other person know, okay, yeah, I'm ready, you're ready, all right, let's go.
That's nitpicky, honestly, because when you attack, everything's sideways, so I straighten all my characters out. When I draw my 2 cards, I straighten them all out, and then I verbally say, all right, I'll let you know when I'm ready. And so I'll say ready. So then after like 2 after like 2 hands, we're like ready type of thing. So I don't like that.
They don't do ready, set, draw.
I don't know what that is.
Lorcana, you do that. You ready your stuff up, and then you set everything in order, and then you draw your cards for the round.
Yeah, it's a little different. We say draw to get ready. So we draw the 2 cards, figure out what we're doing, and then get all the things ready and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. Is it true when you pull your leader out, that's your action? All you did was pull your leader out. You don't get to then also do the stuff the leader gets to do. You just get to pull them from being in the leader
correct
to the field. Well,
deploying the leader
is a thing.
You don't want to, because unless they get ambush, you don't want to deploy and attack, because you deploy it and then now someone has a chance to at least try to do some damage to it. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All I did was, I got all these other things out there that can do stuff, and it's just like, well, all right, I'm gonna deploy my leader. It's like, well, that didn't do anything. No, nobody took any damage, and now it's another thing they get to attack on. But there's strategy to it all. I gotta, I'm trying to get better at that, because I went to deploy my leader. It's like, oh, you want to do the action first? It was like, oh yeah, well, hold on, I want my Sabine to do damage to each base first or whatever, and then the next round. So now I showed my hand that it's like, yeah, I'm going to pull Sabine out, but it doesn't matter. I don't have a strategy yet. I'm just trying to keep things on the board. All that fun, all that stuff goes into it.
A Leia deck might be really easy because it's a lot of common and non-common cards, maybe like 1 or 2 rare cards. It's a very cheap deck. You just look through all your green cards for Rebel, and look for all your red cards for Rebel. It'll say Rebel underneath the picture.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Force, Rebel, Underworld. So, and it's an easy deck to play. It does good, but it may not win championships, but at least get the feel of flowing really quick. Like I said, it's cheap, easy deck to at least get some placements and get some wins. So,
I have a yellow Leia.
The best way to organize, Ron, is definitely not alphabetically. It's by color and number, because
they are color. All my colors are alphabetical. Then all my greens are in alphabetical order, all my reds are in alphabetical, and then the double aspects or whatever's on top, and then just to try to, because I can't see that number in the corner. I mean, if my content, everything has to be working in a good way if I'm going to be able to see that number.
Not the card number, like the cost number, like cost 1, cost 2, cost. They're organized by that. Like if you follow the card number, all the cards will go, well, card 1 cost is first and card 8 is last. But it's separated by units, 1 through 8 or 10, whatever it may be, upgrades 1 through whatever, and then events 1 through whatever. So if you
put the cards out in 1 through 283 or whatever the number is order, they then also go in cost order too, that it's all the 1s, all the 2s, all the 3s, all the 4s.
It specifically goes villains, then heroes, then no villain or hero. So it's like blue villains, then blue heroes, then just blue characters. Within each one of those stacks, it goes units 1 through whatever, upgrades.
I'm just going to end up
whatever.
doing the numbers. Yeah. It's just going to be
That's
that
what- yeah.
once I get them into the book, into the numbers.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
'cause-
it almost falls. The only thing you need to separate is if multiple cards cost 2. You might have to. Oh, this one's a 238 and this one's a 239. So card order. So
Yeah, because I did all mine in order in my binder, the ones that I do have, and it looks like all the leader ones are first.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, so they've got Sabine, then goes Inquisitor, and then somebody
And
else
then
in Boba
basis.
Fett.
yeah, and
Hey,
it'll be,
Ryan,
it'll be-
I asked that question, but now that since I have you and can bend your ear, the Star Wars Unlimited database, whatever, how easy is it to put the cards in, and does it keep track of all the variants? Because the Star Wars Unlimited app that I'm using is terrible for trying to keep track of all the various different it'll let you keep track of that you have Sabine and Dagobah, whatever, but it doesn't really let you keep track of all the different variants of the cards. Does the Unlimited database let you do that?
yes, but I went through. It's easier to keep it updated live. Like as you open a pack, you just enter the numbers.
Sure.
So I just went through my entire collection and entered my things in there. So it did take me a good bit of like a morning when I was by myself, then the evening of it, then the night. Well, I entered like 600 cards, and that's how I know how much bulk I have because I saved 4 of everything and I put it in the phone. So any future packs that I open, I will go to database, and if it has the number 4 there, I will immediately put it in my waste bulk.
What's
So
the name of
it's
the
just-
app? That you use?
The
I think it's
website.
just a website. Yeah, I don't
Is
think
it a website?
Star
Oh.
Wars Unlimited
Oh, yeah,
has
yeah.
DB has a website yet, or app yet. It's just a website.
Yeah, it's called SW-Unlimited-DB. And that's where I build decks. That's where I organize cards. Because if you go to your collection and then you go to details of Spark of the Rebellion, it'll organize all the cards for you. It'll list the cards in order by numbers. And I just, as long as you have them separated by, blue villain, blue hero, blue no color, green villain, green hero, green no color, it'll relatively get you in the order that you need to do. And then you can select the card. You can enter how many you have of normal, hyperspace, foil, and hyperspace foil. It allows entries for all those. And then you just press OK and it saves it on the internet. I mean, you'll have to create a login. So it saves it to your name.
You said it was the SW-Unlimited-DB.com?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I found it.
Yeah, so just go to that, and that's where I build decks. That's where, and then I move them over to Force Table. That's where I have now 88% completion because I just entered 6 more packs in there. So then it shows me I have 262 unique cards, 628 total cards, a marketplace value of 574. So it's a great site but you have so many cards, and I did 2 already, Ron, that it takes some time to get them organized.
Yeah,
So
maybe
it's,
keep
and if
up
you
with it,
don't-
or it takes. Yeah.
and you have so many commons, you probably have 8 or 9 or 10 copies. Just pull, the ones that you want and just put the rest to the side. And that's just the time that it takes.
Yeah, I might need to utilize you for those extras that you got, because for your bulk.
Yeah, it's literally, I tried making a shadow box. Remember I said I'm going to try making a shadow box? I cut 1 card and gave up because it was I spent an hour lurched over cutting 1 card, and I'm like, I'm done. I'll just pay $30 for it. Screw it.
A shadow box? What are you talking about?
So it's called shadow art, and it was kind of made by like Pokemon players and stuff like that, where you take 10 copies or more or less of the exact same card and you cut it out in layers. Think of it like Disney making early animated films. You cut it out in layers so it looks like it has a 3D image. So the clouds are the background.
It almost looks like it's whittled out of wood.
Yeah, and then there's then you layer it where the next stack is trees, maybe, and then the foreground is bushes, and then the creature is like floating in the middle. It's called a shadow box.
All right, so it's thick. You're gluing 10 cards together, and you're cutting out cards 1 through 9 so that the bottom card shows the cloud that looks far away-ish, so to speak.
Yeah. So just think of it as layers like Disney. And I bought an X-Acto knife to everything to do this. I cut 1 card. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this.
For patience.
It's
I'm
too
trying
much.
to find a picture.
Because, I have, like I said, I'm not kidding. I have 200 to 300 cards that I'm not using. And it's like, I don't want to burn them, I'd like to make some decks and just put them at my local store without my local store trying to make money. So I'd like to make some decks for other people to try to get people to play in my area. It's like, dude, here, I made these junk decks. And I'll use one too. I won't use my professional deck. So it's like, let's just play.
I think like on tcgplayer.com, you can like sell them your bulk, I think.
Yeah,
and
I
then
actually
buy stuff
bought some there.
But
Yeah,
then you can't buy them online, like the unlimited cards. So they might have stuff on there, but
yeah, TCG Player is where I bought my cards recently, and I'm very happy.
Oh,
There's,
okay.
like I said, I
That's
bought
the
some
thing
cheap
that
cards.
value gives you values of the cards, right? TCG player. I think I've done that to see
Yeah,
the value of
It
cards.
does Magic, it does Pokemon, it does everything. It's
Yeah.
a great app. I've been using it more and more.
Yeah,
Spark of the
great.
Rebellion is Shadows of the Galaxy is the new thing that's coming out, right?
Yeah, July 12th, I believe. I don't know if you guys have seen some of that. Oh boy, they're introduced. I'm almost getting worried because this game is about to take a huge step up in its complexity because they have smuggle aspects and they now have bounties because it's a bounty deck. So IG88 is now a leader type of thing. So it's like you can assign bounties to other characters. So if they die, you collect the bounty. Like it's about to get nuts. And I'm like, whoa, there's a Mandalorian, like there's a whole Mandalorian set. There's all these Mandalorian cards. Bo-Katan has a leader card. There's another Boba leader card. Him on the throne. IG88. I think Bosk has one. No, not Bosk. I can't remember who it was, but it was like I'm excited for this next one. So not as excited as the original, but this next set seems difficult and a little bit more powerful.
It's
so
like gonna keep going and going and going.
there's,
Like,
and there's
Yeah.
going to be a power creep, and I'm just like, just give me High Republic, baby. Come on.
I think it's already like taken off so much where it's probably not gonna go anywhere. Like it's already been. So maybe the way they did roll it out did help with getting people in the card shops, So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And then, like you mentioned Lorcana earlier. I know you have a bunch of stores around you. I'm telling you right now, Ricky, if you want to find that solo and campaign Lorcana Ursula thing,
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned to you, look for it now because
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Everything sells out.
it's $150 on eBay already, and it's
Oh my
$50. I mean, it comes to the stores May 31st, but there's going to be people kicking down the stores to get that stuff to buy it for $50, to resell it for $100. So
Yeah.
go to your local stores now, man, and ask if because my store didn't even order it. I'm like, are you guys stupid? Like, this is the solo piece. Like, Magic the Gathering doesn't have a solo mode. Lorcana created a solo mode for your
Well, see, and the good thing, if it does go to big box, when it does do that, like I can just order it on Best Buy and I'll have it. That's a good thing. I don't have to hunt around for it. Because I did that with the gift box thing that I bought for my wife last month. So that was something that you couldn't find anywhere, but I was able to order it through Best Buy. So.
Yeah, but just like people scalped where they put bots out there to order as soon as 12:01 a.m. hits, they just hit all these sites and they auto bot order, man.
Who buys that stuff from? Like for that much? Like
they're selling it. Yeah, I'm just like, just wait. It's coming to big stores in
I
the
think
30.
it's YouTubers that buy it.
Well, I've heard the guys I play with, some of them talk about they just got frustrated because they didn't pull stuff from boxes, and they just realized, well, next time I'm just gonna put the $100 towards buying whatever online.
What card you want?
Just just buying the set, buying the cards I want, individually online like that. It was just like, well, that's no fun.
Yeah.
But I get it in terms of trying
agree.
to spend the money to get what so that you don't have 600 cards and scads of bulk like you have, Ryan. So
well, like the thing that we
sure.
like about Pokemon, like it's fun we buy cards and we all me, my wife, my daughter, we sit around, we each get the same amount of packs, and so okay, it's your turn, you open, what did you get? And then we try to see who got the best card, like who got the best ones, and that's why we have so many cards, because we'll just buy like 8 packs or 9 packs, and then we'll just. It's fun to open them up, see what you get. I mean, I end up with a bunch of bulk, but I'd use those for my trade binder. So,
Yeah.
I just like opening them up and seeing what you get. I don't think
because the way those short packs are designed is when you flip it over, you might get a showcase. So my heart beats every time I'm like, flip over the pack. I'm like, oh, no showcase. All right, go to the leader. Oh, I got a legend, because we opened up 6 packs yesterday when we were driving around. We found a store with actual packs. It says limit 3. And my wife goes up there. She's like, I'm a person and he's a person. So we get 6? He's like, yeah, I don't care. So, and then I opened up 2, the wife opened up 2, and the kid opened up 2, and I was like, that card's good. I pulled a card I didn't have from every one of the packs, including some hyperfoil alternates. And I was like, this was a great 6 packs, man. And it's exciting to open packs. And I do buy some cards online because it's frustrating to open 40 packs and you don't have all the commons yet.
I bought one card at a card shop for $3 one time. That was it. It was because a card I really wanted, and it had good things.
And I've done that.
Ryan, when you open a pack, a common pack or a booster pack or whatever it is, how do you don't look at you flip the cards over one at a time?
Is there a card trick?
I open, you open up the back of the pack, so you're looking at the back of the cards, and then I pull all 16 out and I just flip them over, hoping to see that it's a showcase.
All at once, or you flip them over one at a time? All
at once, because I only care about the showcase. So I want a showcase. So
I flip them over, and my nephew taught me I fan through them real quick because you can see the hyperspace ones easy enough.
No, don't do that. That's not exciting. I like that.
And Pokemon had this thing where, like, when you open a new deck, you take the top 3 cards off and then put them in your right hand, and then take the next 2 and then stick those 3 in between those. So when you flip it over, your big card's going to be at the end in the back. So you just keep going and going.
That pattern. Yeah. I've watched him open cards and go like 1, 2, 3, and then he goes flip, and it's like the best card. Well, I like this because we're all looking for a showcase, which is 1 out of 1,000 or whatever. But still, that adrenaline of like having 16 cards in your hand and just go flip them all over. And that first card, it's like, oh, it's just a normal card. But then, you go through the 8 or 9 and you try to get. I got 2 packs with 2 rares in it, which is tough to do. It was like a rare card and then a hyperfoil rare. I'm like, oh my God, I got 2 rares in a pack, because usually you always get a rare or legendary. But then it's usually a common or an uncommon normal foil. And I'm like, oh, okay, garbage. But then I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I pulled Wedge Antilles hyperfoil. I'm like, this is awesome. 5th Sister. I was like, this is great. 7th Sister. I was like, this is cool. So I had 2 packs with double rares. So it was exciting opening yesterday.
Yeah, I like watching opening booster pack open videos, but I couldn't find any good ones for Locano or for Unlimited. I only watched that link I posted the other day. Yeah, he opens cards for Pokemon, so we watch him all the time. Like it's always, he makes it exciting.
He's paying $1.250. I have a bunch of cards that are worth multiple dollars. Falcon that I have a couple of that are worth $20 some bucks or whatever. And he starts selling like cards apparently.
I got that yesterday. I pulled that for the first time yesterday, and I was like super excited. I did not have the Falcon yet. I pulled that yesterday, and I was like, yes. I pulled Wolf. I didn't have Admiral Akbar. I pulled him for the first time. I was like, no, I didn't have Bale Antilles or Bale Organa. I didn't have Bale Organa. I pulled him. So it was I'm telling you, every single pack had a card I did not own. And I'm like, yes, dude, that was a great pull. Because I opened up every pack that I got from that tournament that I was in. I had every card. I think I got 1 K2SO, which I already have, but now I have 2 and I can change my deck around. So everything else, I'm like, oh, this is all junk. This one I pulled 6, and every pack was like, I don't have that. So it was exciting yesterday.
So this is basically going to be our first episode of our Star Wars Unlimited series that we're doing.
Yeah, just make this specialty short. Coming later.
It's a sneak preview.
I'm glad. See, this is why you don't stop. Why you don't stop recording as soon as we say it's over. I always tell Steven, keep recording. His conversations, but he's like, all right, good talk, and then he hangs up, and then we talk for 10 more minutes. So I'm like, this is all content, man.
This is how our Senate sessions quite literally started. They weren't formal anything by any stretch. They were just us getting together and we talked, and then somebody threw something out there and it ran into a thing, and we just talked about that, and but we didn't have any Star Wars content at the time either. So we were
like in between movies and stuff, and
it was just really talking about stuff, and then it turned into the more formal aspect of it. So yeah, it's fun sometimes.
That's why I like what Steven this week was like. We gotta hurry up and do this on time. And I'm like, no, we're just gonna talk.
It's challenging for it because we have content. We don't have.
Yeah, it was a really busy week.
I've got a whole Star Wars and Roundtable story to tell about Graflex lightsaber hilts that I scored on. What's that?
News and board games that keep getting announced.
We keep having content that I don't want to we take up with all the crap that I've found in the so it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, and a Star Wars podcaster, if we are that, but just people to talk about stuff with her because there's content and there's stuff out there.
I wanted to go into
that's
detail
awesome.
about the Fortnite stuff, and I didn't.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's for fans that are out there, there's a lot out there to be having fun with. That's
Ron,
awesome.
what did you buy anyways from Fortnite?
Whatever was on sale, Ricky.
Oh, the skins, like the people.
I didn't even play. I had great aspirations, like, I'm gonna join a session or a thing. I don't even know what, and I just my time gets away from me that I didn't have the time, but I had time enough that weekend to at least get on, because either what was happening, stuff was being released only that weekend, or stuff was on sale.
Yeah, it's all gone from the shop now.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to get on and buy. From what I learned from you guys, that's why I wanted to get on and buy it, because it comes and goes. But you said once you buy it, it's always yours. You can always use it. So if I ever do want to play Fortnite, I can play it as Boba Fett or Lando or whatever the heck all the.
Which I only bought the Chewbacca thing because it's probably not going to get released in the shop anytime soon. Because if it's something that you get from because it's a special, it's still, you can actually still buy the Chewbacca because it's part of that Lego section, but you get the Lego version and you get the regular version. But yeah, that's probably not going to show up in the shop, and that's going to stay in there for like another 80 days for sale.
Yeah, no, I bought my nephew something, so when I saw him at the movie, I could give him something Star Warsy or whatever, and it was a Fortnite V-Bucks, right?
The V-Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, well, bought him a V-Bucks card because I know he plays it and stuff, and told him that stuff's on sale, go buy whatever you want off of there, and he was excited to have that, and bought myself a V-Bucks card so I could buy something. Ryan told me, coached me up that you had to create the e-games or whatever, create the account there so that I could. So I did all that and bought whatever, and it's sitting there.
Well, if you ever do want to play, we play frequently. We can do a trio game or something.
Yeah, we'd have to do that too in terms of the, I know a little bit. It's like it's every man for themselves type of thing. The storm closes in the map and eventually shrinks it down, and you just got to try to
missions to do and stuff. And
oh, it does. I thought you just had to try to survive for as long as you could.
Well, you can play that way, or you can try to do missions. If you do missions, you get XP, and then it levels you up, and then you can purchase things. You can actually buy enough V-Bucks if you do everything, or you can earn enough V-Bucks to pay for the season pass at the end. So if you get up to like Ryan with level 200, he probably earned like a bunch of V-Bucks doing that.
What's a season? You have to buy a season pass or earn a season pass?
It's called the battle pass. Yeah, it's a battle pass, and it gives you like rewards. So every time you complete a mission, it gives you more things and more stuff to earn. And so, like, included in that, you get to earn V-Bucks as well, which basically pays for your next season. So it's, you get, like, skins, and you get pickaxes, and you get, different stuff like that, and emotes for free. Not for free because you purchase the pass, but it basically pays for itself if you actually play the game enough. So, yeah.
All right, Star Wars Unlimited takes up enough of my time as it is. I'm trying to get my card situation.
That's why I'm trying to play catch up for the season ends on
Friday. Try to organize this so that I can keep track of what I have and what I need, because that's my challenge. Is I got these traders, but I don't know what I need, and don't want to trade away anything that's super. Don't want to trade this $11
for a $2 one.
I can't even read that guy's name. What is that guy's name? Gideon Hask. Who the hell is that? So a guy made up from the thing. Ruthless Loyalist. For $11 for I just
he's a 5-cost green, isn't he? Gideon Hask.
Big gaming card nerd. I have no idea. He's a 5. He's a 5-cost blue. He's a blue card, but he has a blue and black game or aspect. He's an Imperial.
Blue?
I'm looking right at it. Yeah, he's a 5-cost blue. He's a 5/5, and he's blue-black.
What's his name?
Gideon Hask, Hask. He's a ruthless loyalist. When an enemy is defeated, he gives an experience token to a friendly unit.
I was thinking Agent Callus, so that's what I was. Yeah, Agent Callus is a 5-cost green. Yeah, Gideon Hask. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, I'll accept no defeat. That's fine.
I have Thrawn as a leader. Is that a good one?
He is, but he's a lot of planning. For some reason, he hasn't been ranked very high lately, just because Boba's so much. But Thrawn is a good character because it just depends on your play style. Like I'm
Yeah.
I got
He's
good
very
leaders, I just don't
Thrawn-like,
have the
right? You
cards
have
to
to
make it
plan.
attack.
You have to get to the later rounds, and then all of a sudden he's doing all kinds of damage to you.
But
And
then
he
when you
forced-
lose, you can be like, when you lose, you're like, everything went according to plan.
yeah, right. So like
Yeah.
he exhausts cards and stuff like that. I usually like
Uh-huh.
to play characters that don't cost anything to use. Like Boba Fett, he doesn't cost anything to use his ability. Leia doesn't cost
He's a
anything. He doesn't cost
Boba
anything.
Fett's he like when you defeat what is it when you defeat somebody you get to respawn a
On-
resource or whatever.
Untap a
Yeah.
resource. Ready
Like,
a resource.
wow, wait a minute, you get
That's
to ready a resource.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it lets
When
you
he's
then
on the
play a.
field, he readies 2 resources. Like he's terrifying, man. When he's on the field, he readies 2 resources.
Oh, he readies too.
When he's deployed, he readies 2, but when he's just a leader, he just
So
readies.
that got me thinking about my strategy with the Sabine and having a bunch of cheap stuff on the board. So I had cheap things on the board. They were easily killed, so his Boba Fett was able to ready resources on. So it was like, all right, well, I'm going to play events. I'm going to put my hand with a lot of events and upgrade typey stuff. But upgrade, you need things on the board to upgrade. So that wasn't going to work. But then he's got nothing to defeat, so to speak, to be ready in his resources and strategy go that way.
There is a strategy to that. It's called the Gee deck. He just won the $5,000 tournament in Florida with a deck that had 38 events and only 12 units.
Yeah.
I believe he played Vader blue, but you could do, because blue and yellow have the most removal, especially blue has a ton of removal. Vanquish, Ricky knows Vanquish.
Yeah.
They have a ton of cards. Defeat the character with 4 health, defeat the character with 5 power. Yellow has, the reason Boba is so strong, because it's called like a delay deck, because he's yellow, and the yellow cards have exhaust an enemy unit, return an enemy unit to the player's hand, like add 3 damage and defeat that unit. Like blue and yellow are a big threat because blue is a removal deck. You add shields and you force your opponent to kill the character with no cost to you or losing any of your own. So the dude literally played 38 events, and the only thing the events did was, okay, this kills your character, this removes it from your hand, this exhausts it. So you could never attack because you just kill it. And then he would get to 8 resources, and then he'd drop Palpatine or the Avenger from space, where it does 6 damage how you want to 6 separate characters, and then it does 7 damage per attack. So he would win in 3 moves as long as he could kill your characters. So there is a strategy to that, Ron, but I've downloaded that deck myself, and I kill it 30-2 every time. So I don't know how that dude won the tournament. He's way smarter than me. But
because you're playing against the computer that knows what to do against that or recognizes, right? Versus when he's playing that in the tournaments, they're sticking to their mindset or their strategy and aren't playing against it, so to speak, and are losing to it versus defeating it. Is what I would suggest.
The human plays on what's going to happen next. The computer plays on what the board looks like now. So that's why I crush it every single time. Even when I play the deck, I can't beat my weakest Sabine deck. The computer, I was like, how does this deck work? But the dude slaughtered Boba Fett's everybody and won $5,000. And it's the player, man. He just knows how to build the deck.
All right.
All right, I'm hungry.
Good
It's
chatting.
Yep, definitely. Cheers, fellas.
Bye.
Go switch off. I am the Senate.
Be sure to follow us online. We're at Facebook at PSW Senate. Join our Plus W Star Wars Facebook group, where we all are in there interacting. You can find us on Twitter at PSW Senate. On Instagram, we're at PSW Senate Podcast. And on TikTok, we're at PSW Senate Podcast. We look forward to hearing from you.
The Force will be with you, always.